Hello, welcome to Magical Maiden's Jewelry Tutorials. I'm Magical Maiden, and today what I have for you is I'm creating a necklace. Now, it's going to be another Gothic Victorian type of Renaissance, because Gothic, Victorian, and Renaissance and Edwardian are all kind of similar to each other. But that's what it's going to be, and of course it's going to be black and red filigree. So what I have for you is, this was all brass and this was silver. So I just took some nail polish, actually. So because it only comes in brass, and I'm going to show you, see the back is brass. Now I didn't do the back so I could show you, plus it's just for me. Obviously you would paint the entire thing. Now you can use whatever paint you want, or you could just use this black nail polish, any kind. And I like the nail polish better than the paint. My last one I used paint, but I used this. It took 2 coats. If you were doing the front and back, of course you would probably do the front, let it dry, do the back, let it dry, flip over, you know. Or you could spray paint them, however you want, as long as you paint them black. Now these 3 things I painted black as well. These were a kit. I'm going to be putting the links below in the description box below this video. So when you're done watching this video, please go ahead and look underneath in the description box for all the links for all these pieces, okay? So these were an earring set that I had gotten from Panda Hall, and I did a review and everything, and some were silver and some were brass. Now the brass is easier to paint black because it takes it better, because it's already dark. As you can see, that was brass. I do still have to touch this up a bit. See, it was brass, and there were earrings. And what I did was I took my jewelry tool cutter and I cut off the top part where it's basically a loop like this, where you would put the earring fish hook. I just clipped it off, and it comes off really good. You just do it, and then you'll see the metal showing through, but once you paint it, you don't notice it. So like I said, I do have to touch up this piece. These were other earrings. They came in a set with different types. Some of you may have seen my jewelry tutorial probably a year ago with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this on top of these pieces and then put these inside. I used some red nail polish. And you're going to need a toothpick and some E6000 jewelry glue. This is the E6000 jewelry glue. Done. I'm going to start putting it together. Now in the middle, I was going to have this in the middle. I was going to glue it. I was going to snip off this part, and then I was going to glue it and then glue this in. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to use this. I kind of like that, but then I'm going to use this little one. Like I said, I have to touch up the paint. But that looks good too, and it's dainty. So I may or may not use that, or I may use the larger one. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I am going to glue these, and you're going to need a toothpick. You want a paper towel because the glue gets everywhere. My E6000 jewelry glue. And they're painted and they're dried glue on my toothpick, and kind of just move it around the tray. And then I'm going to put one in here. I'm going to position it just so. Let that dry, and then we're going to repeat the process for the next one. You don't need a lot of the glue because these trays are small. after, what I'm going to do when I'm all done and it's all glued is take some rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip and just go with that. That'll take any excess glue or fingerprints, smudges on there off. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to put it like this and glue it on there and put it on the back. And you want a good amount, but not too much. And now I want to put it in the center. This is what they're going to look like. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, like I said, clean it, because you'll see some glue strings. And I'm going to make sure that these are both on there evenly. And I glued those. I'm just going to put them somewhere else to dry. And now I'm going to see if this is dry. This is dry. See, the nail polish dries pretty fast, and that's why I like using that opposed to paint. And I'm just going to set these aside and let them dry, and then we'll go through the next steps now. Okay, so now we have this kind of put together. So I'm still letting the glass cabochon dry, but I have to glue that on here. So I'm going to let that happen because this has got to dry. You want to do all this before we start putting it together. I also want to show you, these are the ones that I had gotten, and they come with the glass cabochons. And you can get these at BB Crafts, Panda Hall, Amazon. Okay, if I do have the link for this, I will definitely put all links that I do have for all the supplies below in the description box. So be sure when you're done watching this video, you go check it out. Now, for the chain for this, I will either use these. Now, I did a review. Some of you may have seen the review that I did on BB Crafts, and I had like about 7 reviews from there. I had a lot of products, and it's a 5-piece. You get a lot of chain in 5-piece. These are the red ones, and these are the. So I may use this or the black. I'm not sure yet. Okay, the earring comes in. You have brass and silver. And they have ones with the roses. Some of you may have seen my jewelry review and tutorial of these. And these are the silver. So I painted the brass because brass is easier to paint. And they come with both silver and brass earring fish hooks, as well as the glass cabochon. So but again, I do have the link for this kit, and I will put it below in the description box. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is attach them. Now they're still wet, but for times that you would naturally wait till everything probably dries, like an hour or 2. But for time's sake for this video, I don't have that luxury. Okay, so what you're seeing is that I've gone ahead, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Now I've gone ahead and attached it. I took 2 links off there. Now, again, like I said, if you'd prefer it to come off of the side, you could attach it from the side. But I decided to do it like this. Okay. So what I've done was I went ahead and cut 5 inches off, and I attached them to both sides. So it will hang like that. Okay. So now I went ahead and attach these pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a mirror, I'm going to go in front of it and see how low I want it to hang. I may be able to shorten it. I might have to make it longer by adding jump rings, but we'll see. Okay, now we have 2 more of those glass cabochons to glue. So we're going to get out the E6000 glue and the toothpick once again, and we're going to put a little bit of glue inside, and just a little. You don't need a lot, okay? So there's one, and now I'm going to do the other one. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to very gently get my Q-tip with some rubbing alcohol and get any glue that might have oozed out and smudges of my fingerprints. And it'll take it right off. And they're going to dangle. So I'll probably just hang them and maybe use 2 4mm jump rings. Okay, so now that we have attached these two pieces, we are going to attach the final one. So here it is, the final result of the necklace. And I'm trying to get you to see it all. It is. So you could actually just put the bead that I have here over here instead, but I just thought it gave it a little extra something, and I just liked the way it looked. So this is just something I did. Now I could make these shorter and bring this closer, or I can do it a whole different way. I love the way it looks. I like the final result. This is how you can make it a second way. I took the same necklace, I removed all the parts, I shortened the chain. I just kept one of these. I used some of the links from the chain because I shortened it. And I did this, and I decided to use this one instead, and I added a bead to the bottom, 2 beads here, and there it is. So this is another version you can make if you didn't want all the other things. And here's another simpler way to do things. I eliminated this piece, and I just had this little one right here. So you can actually do 3 different types of necklaces. I like this one the best. I think it's the simplest. But you know, I really like the other ones too. So, or I could just use this. So in place of that, see, that one looks very nice as well. And you can use this or the black chain. This chain is from BB Craft. They are handmade. I don't know if they still have the red, but they do have the black, and it comes in 5 pieces, like I meant 5 packages. So you do get 5 packages of that. But you, I'll look for the link. If I can't look for the link and I can't find the red one, you know, you can make your own with some wire and beads and attach them with jump rings the same way. But look how nice that looks. And so you could have your choice of this or that if you use the filigree. I like it. This is how I'm actually going to leave it, my third choice. And what do you think? It was simple. Like I said, you can get these anywhere. I'll try if I can find the link for this. All the links that I can find will be below this video in the description box. So I just wanted to show you this, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And if you did, please give it a like. Remember to share this with anyone that you know that might be interested in this tutorial. And if you don't, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment section. And if you don't have a question, just say hello. And remember to subscribe and click that notification bell so you're notified when I upload my newest content. So that's it. That's all you have to do with some filigree pieces, some beads, some chain, and some nail polish or paint. And there you go. So I hope you, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my videos. Bye.